name's Eli, and I have an essay due soon in one of my classes. And as tempting as it is to have artificial intelligence write my essay for me, I don't want to get expelled from school. But I am really curious if an essay written by AI could pass as something I actually wrote. So to find out, I picked a student in my class named Maddie and emailed her asking if she would be willing to give me some feedback on my paper before I turn it in. She agreed. So now it was time to write my essay. Now, this paper is for my queer anthropology class, which, based on my grade, I don't fully understand. So I was curious how the AI would do in writing on the subject. Now, to be sure that no one could accuse me of using AI to write my real essay, I picked a topic very different from my own: queer embodiment in the Canadian Arena Football League. I typed the title into the program and then let it run with it. Then I brought it into Word to format it correctly, and my paper was done. The AI wrote a long quote at the beginning of the essay from Malcolm Mitchell, who it said was a wide receiver for the Canadian Arena Football League. I looked up the name, and it turns out that he was a real football player, but for the American Football League, the NFL. Just before our call, I asked Maddie if she wouldn't mind filming herself while we spoke. I said I was making a series of school tutoring and tutorial videos for my younger cousin, and that this would be a part of it. So, with everything in place, we hopped on a Zoom call.
Hello. What's your paper topic?
It's about queer embodiment within football, specifically Canadian Arena Football.
Mm-hmm.
So,
queer embodiment in the Canadian Arena Football League. Embodiment is the process of becoming more intense. But the question becomes, how does the above example apply to marginalized bodies? In Malcolm Mitchell, a wide receiver for a Canadian Arena team, and I give you the answer. I wear a helmet with my numbers attached on the back, the words champions on the side, and will not be a huge part in the sportswoman legacy that is a huge part. For into him we are all born, into him we shall return. Several Black players in the Arena Football League have converted to Islam because according to the players, brings with it the adrenaline rush of competition that can be found on the field of play for Arena football.
thanks so much for reading it. It's just good to hear.
Yeah, very interesting.
Any first initial thoughts, anything, notes or concerns?
Initially, my initial reaction was just very interested in hearing a different approach and perspective of how bodies interact with their environment.
I think it's a very clear and confident tone in the paper, which is good. It sounds very like what I would also go for in my papers.
His quote is very long, and so I would say Josh might ask you to shorten it a bit. I think the introduction is very clear, the first sentence explaining who he is. I feel like I knew exactly who he was as I was reading the quote. The way that we communicate with the world in a physical way. And so I feel like Mitchell's quote there really highlights that.
Thanks so much. Is there anything else just that you would want me to know before?
I don't think so. I thought it was really interesting. I enjoyed reading it. And I would never think to go about it through a sports perspective. So that's extra intriguing to me. Maddie said that once I made some edits, she would probably have given the essay an A. I was really impressed with how coherently the AI could write on such an abstract subject. And if you want to read the whole essay, the link is in the video description. I was glad Maddie would talk to me, even if it was about something that I didn't do. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.